Welcome back to another vlog. There is a reason I'm pointing you at the window. It's because I look horrendous and I didn't want to put you off your tea with me being the first thing you see. So I'm just showing you the window before I turn the camera around. I am day 5 into a cold. I know I look utterly dreadful, but at the same time I also don't have any makeup left to put any makeup on. My nose is still sore. I've got horrible scaly skin around my nose where I've had to keep wiping it because my nose has just not stopped running. If I auditioned for a part in Star Trek as some weird scaly monster, I would probably get it. But today is the first day I've got dressed. Doesn't look like it, I'm in my robe, but I am dressed underneath. I've just been living in pyjamas. It's just been one of them colds where it just kind of knocks you for a little bit, where you try to get up but then you get a dizzy head. Your nose won't stop running, you've got a fuzzy head at the front, headache, sweating. But I did wake up feeling a little bit better this morning. I haven't got so much of a runny nose. And there is a lot worse things you can catch at the minute, so I'm not complaining. I just have been super annoyed with not being able to be as productive as I wanted to be. So I bet most of you have either cleaned your houses right now or done some gardening, managed to catch up with things. I've literally just sat on the couch and not done anything. I did, however, get a new iPad. If you follow me on my vlog over on Instagram, you will already know I've got an iPad. If you saw the last vlog, we sold all the PlayStation, sold the games, I've sold some Xbox games. And I thought, well, we're going to be in this situation for a while. My last iPad was an iPad 2. Which internet has called a golden oldie. It's very slow now. I just use it for cake references. When I'm making something, I can type in what I'm looking for. And I also got one because I needed something that would shoot lives. I've never done a Facebook Live or a YouTube Live or anything like that. To be honest, it scares the heck out of me. Because at least I can clip this one and edit it and not just sit staring at the camera for a while I think of something else to say. So I've never done one, but I thought I need to pull my butt into 2020. So I bought a new iPad and what I've been doing on it is just drawing. I used to draw a lot when I was younger. Sketchbook after sketchbook was filled. I had my favourite Crayola coloured pencils and I just drew all the time. I even drew on my bedroom walls, like full-size penguins and things on my bedroom wall. The camera just cut out on me again. This is getting so annoying. It either drops the sound or completely stops filming, and I don't notice it stopped filming until I go to press the stop record and realise it's already stopped. So I will just fill in the bits it decided to cut out, and then I really need to get on with this editing, which you don't know I'm doing yet because it cut all that bit out. So, as I was saying, I used to do a lot of drawing. I've been drawing on the iPad a lot, just regular little doodles. I'm still learning the whole digital part of it. And basically I just explained that I have now got 3 Instagram accounts. I will put them on screen. Feel free to screenshot it so that you can find it and follow them after. But if you want to follow me on all 3, if you want to look at cakes, I am at Cherry Cake Co. If you want the behind the scenes stuff of what I get up to at home, that's Cherry Cake Vlog. And my new one for all my little doodles, just to keep everything nice and neat, I am at Cherry Thicket. There is no special reason behind the name Cherry Thicket. I just thought I'd keep the cherry because it's less confusing. And I wanted something quite like a magical place at the end of it, such as like Cherry Hollow or Cherry Cove. They were either real places, already taken, and all that was left was thicket, which is a dense area of trees. So that's what we went with. We are now Cherry Thicket. If you want to follow along what I'm doodling and stuff, that's where I'm at. So I did explain, I have filmed a tutorial yesterday on how to draw cake sketches on your computer. Today I need to write the script for that and do the voiceover, and it has to go up at 5 o'clock. So Adam's in the conservatory, Abby and Kai are upstairs. So I thought I would jump on and start the vlog twice now. But before this cuts out again, I'm going to turn you off. I'll catch you up later. But that's what I'm doing. I'm just editing scripts and videos. We are living our best life on the couch, watching how Cornish pasties are made with, what's it called?
Greg Wallace.
Greg Wallace, ruining everybody's pasties. I got the tutorial up with half an hour to spare today. I did have to stop and get somebody's splinters out of his hands. Adam got 2 splinters in the palm of his hand because he did some gardening today in the back garden and mowed the front grass while I did the editing. That went up, and then I spent the rest of the time editing more YouTube videos, all the old ones, but editing them for Facebook. So I had to take the YouTube music off because you can't have YouTube music on Facebook, and replace it with Facebook music so that they could go on there. So that's what I've done. And then I had a bath and I'm feeling a bit more human and cleaner. This one is still stinky from doing the gardening, but you're gonna have a bath tomorrow because it's not like we're going anywhere doing anything. So it is 10:15 now. You're ready for bed, aren't you? We've been doing nothing all this time, and then he decides to go and do the whole garden, so he's tired out. So it's probably bedtime, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Good morning. I am feeling a lot better today, apart from a big lump of something behind my nose that's getting right on my nose. But Adam seems to have caught my cold.
I'm struggling.
So it's just man flu. It's just going to get worse probably in the next 2 to 3 days, but we're out in the garden. It's 10 o'clock in the morning and we've come out to do more gardening, but Adam's started to empty the shed. I can't see a thing. Look at the state of that. That seriously needs doing. And then we've got lots of cutting of the plants to do, weeding, like all this is a complete mess. This is all the stuff that's died and the new stuff started coming up, so all that needs ripping out. All this needs clearing out. It's full of lots of little weeds and bits of leaves. So I did some sweeping up off the grass. This was full of leaves yesterday, and we still had the paddling pool up from about June last year that never got put away. So he tidied that up yesterday, so yeah, a lot to do. So we have emptied most of the shed out now. We've got empty shelves, but we've got to put all this back in. A lot of it can be thrown away. It's all like old cake stuff that I don't need anymore. But I do have a lot of wood stacked up, bikes to go in, ladders to go in. It's a bit of a mess. Just put a little bungee cord in here so it holds all my extra spare bits of wood. These are all like old bits of oak pieces, bits of our old bed. We actually pulled our bed to bits and kept some of the wood. I don't know why I'm keeping it, I just use wood now and again. This was the same stuff that I made the bath shelf out of, so it does come in handy. But now it looks a lot neater. Got bungee cords everywhere holding stuff to the roof that all fell down on Adam's head earlier when we were trying to put it all up there. But these are all like dowels and garden sticks and other small pieces of wood and pipes. But if you put it up on the roof, it's out the way. So we've had another quick trip out. We've come to collect my mum's prescription because they won't deliver it to her. And we just baked some banana and chocolate chip cupcakes. So I just thought I'd take a few over and leave them in her porch. This year's I've just popped her stuff in the porch. What is she doing? She's got rainbows in her window. We spent the last couple of hours watching Disney Plus. We watched Oliver and Company, which I haven't seen before, and then we sat and watched loads of different Disney shorts. Nose is doing it again. It just blocks you, so you can't even speak. We watched one called Lifted, didn't we? Mm-hmm. That was a funny one. If there's loads and loads of shorts on Disney Plus, and they've even got, I can't breathe when I look up. They've got lots of shorts, but there's also a whole season of lots of little ones called Short Circuit. But if you're looking for the one called Lifted, it's just on its own, and we found that the funniest one. It's a little alien. And we watched another one called Drop, which was a little raindrop right at the end when it disappears. Abby just goes, and it evaporated and died. So they've just gone to bed and we're going to watch Line of Duty. We watched the first season, managed to watch all of the first season, and then they actually removed it from Netflix. So luckily we've been able to get it on BBC iPlayer and all the seasons are on there, I think, aren't they? So we're going to start season 2 of that now. Adam's had his lemsip. And I think tomorrow and the day after is probably going to be your worst days. Man flu. If it's anything like mine, you'll have 2 days where you just...
A week.
So I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I fancy painting the shed if it's not too rainy or anything, but this one will be sat in front of his TV with his lemsips, won't you? Morning. I thought I'd quickly show you the new iPad. So this is what it looks like. I got the gold one, but it's definitely rose gold. And this is what the Apple Pen looks like. It has these little nibs that you can change on the end. And you can take this end cap off and charge it up. You can plug that into the bottom of there. This is currently my lock screen. This is something I quickly drew up the other day. I was just testing some of the brushes and layers and things. So a lot of you have been asking what app I use to draw in, and it's this one here. This is the one you're looking for. It's called Procreate, and it's a little bit like Photoshop in which it has lots of layers that you can draw on. These are all just the little doodles I've done so far, which are slowly getting uploaded to Instagram. So all these ones have been uploaded so far, and I've got these ones to go. So you just press this button up here to start drawing a new one. Let's draw on an A4. So it opens up your A4 sheet of paper, and then you can choose your brushes here at the top. So let's choose a pencil, and you're literally just drawing it like this. So this is what the pencil looks like, little smiley face. And what the Apple Pencil does as well, it works off pressure. So I can draw a line like that, and all I have to do is press harder. And you can see the difference, or you can do it lightly. Let's choose another brush. Let's choose this thick one. So the more I press with this one, you can see there's a massive difference. All the brushes have lots of different settings. So if I press lightly, it's a thin line. If I press hard, it's a thick line. So that's when you can do like your calligraphy stuff. I'm not good at calligraphy. Let's get rid of that. So this is what I've been passing my time with whilst I had my cold and was getting over my cold, which I still seem to have. Still got my snotty nose from it. But yeah, here are all the little drawings I did. A capybara. The most recent one was a sloth. So if you do follow me on my Instagram, you'll see a couple of these pop up. I didn't film anything yesterday. Adam's been struggling, and he's going to struggle again today. He's just been sat on the couch, like on and off sleeping, tissues, lemsip, Beecham's. And I did more editing, so I said like I was turning my YouTube videos into Facebook ones, and I have done that many that I've scheduled them now until mid-September. Got way ahead. I've still got loads and loads of videos to do, but at least they're scheduled right into September, so I don't even have to touch that until then. So that's good. And then, so I didn't paint the shed. It was a little bit windy and cold yesterday, but it's looking a little bit more promising today. It looks a bit warmer, so I actually might go and put my painting stuff on and start the shed, because the shed's been sat there for 2 years. There it is, just through the door. It's been sat like that for 2 years and not been painted, and it should have been painted the same colour as the pergola. We painted that when it was put up to seal it, but we kind of never got around to doing the shed. So I think that's my job for today. I put masking tape on all of the windows and gave the shed 2 coats of grey paint. For anybody who is interested, it is the brand Cuprinol and the shade called Muted Grey. We did pick these tins up about 2 years ago though, so I'm not sure if that shade is still available, but you might be able to pick some up online. It's the same colour we painted the pergola, except the pergola now looks very dirty next to a freshly painted shed. And whilst I had the paintbrushes out and the paint out, I thought I might as well give the fence panels another coat. I think this one is called Forest Oak. It is also cuprinol, but one is classed as a fence paint and the other is just a regular garden paint that you do the furniture with, so like your sheds, benches, tables, and they come in smaller tins for the grey but really large tins for the brown. So I think this was Forest Oak, and I did the fence panels under the trees because they've got a bit green, and then on the other side the panels got scratched because there's a tree above it, and I think the tree branches, when they've been blowing in the wind, have scratched some of the paint off. So I just touched them up a little bit to make that look better. And after I finished all that, it absolutely chucked it down. We had thunder and lightning and lots of rain. Luckily it hasn't washed any of it off though, because it must have dried before the downpour. But for now we are back out in the garden and we're going to do a bit of weeding, a bit of sweeping, and try and clean the patio. It is Easter Sunday and we've just pulled out all the eggs in their foil to hide around the garden. Well, Abby's already up but Kai's still in bed, so we've got to try and hide them around here. You can grab that big one. Dolly laid an egg! Yes, come in.
They'll never think of looking in there. Your nose.
Still got a lot to do in the garden. We cleaned all the patio yesterday, but all the dirt has now fallen off the steps, so there's all that to clean up. The ground is very wet today. Got to clean up all the leaves and put the table back, put all the plants back. Got some more planting to do, some clematis to plant, and down there is just a complete mess of rubbish and bits of grass. The reason, it's too long of a story to explain, but there's a reason why this grass isn't finished, and that's because the driveway is wrecked. But again, it's another story for another day. But we've managed to get quite a bit done. It's just my muscles are absolutely screaming this morning. I couldn't even sit on the toilet because of the muscles on the backs of your legs. All the squatting, painting the fence. Are they getting up?
Yeah, guys just woke up.
In desperation to get an egg.